We are going to print on foam today, and we're going to create radial balance. So with a 4 by 4 inch piece of foam, we are going to start by adding a little bit of detail down in one corner. Once you have added that, you will flip it over and draw an arrow pointing at that one detail in the corner. Go back to the front side where you were adding those details to begin with, and you're going to create a design all the way out to the other corner. So I put this in very fast motion, and you actually see me switching to a colored pencil. Colored pencils tend to work really nice because they don't get super sharp. You do not want something really, really sharp when you are going into foam, or it can break the foam. So as you can see, I have nice thick lines with my colored pencil, and I think that's key when we are going to print. I have ink here, and ink can come in lots of different ways, but this ink is in a container where we need to take a palette knife to place it onto our tray. Now, ink is much different than paint is because it's very sticky, and you're going to hear it kind of pull on what is called the brayer. This is the brayer. You're going to bring that through the ink, and you're going to make sure that you have a nice perfect thin layer of ink on your brayer. If you have too much ink, it's going to go in all those crevices. But if it's a nice thin coat on the whole brayer, on that whole rolly part, it's going to work really nicely. Now, I'm going to put my foam on the other side so that I don't have a lot to clean up later on. I just have the tray instead of my table. But I place this down and bring it across. Now I might have to go back and roll my brayer again, and there we go, add a little bit more there, and even I have to hold on to it carefully to add the last little bit. Now I'll set that aside, and you will be working with another person. So your other person will then be able to add the ink and roll it while you are printing. This is what it looks like to print. This piece of paper is 8 by 8, so it's twice the size as we have used with our foam. Look at the arrow. I'm having it point into the center. So I'm taking and pressing it down, using my hands to rub along the whole entire back. Now I am not pounding. Pounding does not help. Rubbing does. So your hands are going to the side, all over. And sometimes I even like to pick up the paper and kind of press it a little tighter there. Then I remove it. Ba-bum, check out my first print. I'm going to put this in fast motion as I continue. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. That's what that's called. Ink it up and place it so that the arrow is pointing in every time. When we do that, we're going to create radial balance. Okay, so here's my finished. You can see that this is different for each print. That was the first one that I did, and it's really nice. The second one that I did over here, I did not press hard enough when I was making it. So that it didn't really turn out great. This last one, I did not have enough ink on my brayer. So you can see that there's different ways that can be successful and different ways that might be less successful. But that's what this piece of paper is all about, is exploring and experimenting and finding out this information on your own. You are going to do one print and maybe even two in the given time that we have. But when we are done, you are going to be responsible to clean up your whole area. That means cleaning up your tray, cleaning up your brayer, cleaning up your table. The foam we are going to place into the garbage. It was a great experiment, and you can find some foam at home to give it a try again, but we're going to put this into the garbage so that it doesn't leave the classroom. When you're done, bring your supplies to the teacher for a teacher inspection.